Hi, this is Martin Cohen. I founded LP in 1964 as a company to produce authentic sounding percussion instruments with an accent on durability and reliability. This beginner's guide to hand percussion series of videos will walk the new percussionist through the setup, tuning, and the performance of several key rhythms on congas, bongos, timbales, and some of the hand percussion that we sell. Sit back, listen, and watch this video and enjoy the wonderful world of percussion. This is the LP Cradle Conga Stand. Place the shelf portion of the collapsible cradle on the floor. Swing each of the V-braces over the end of the upper leg V-brace stabilizer, then extend each upper leg tube. Slide the lower legs with the wheel casters attached to the upper leg tubes. Secure the lower leg tubes at the desired height by tightening the leg height wing screws snugly. The wheel casters may be removed and the small rubber bumpers attached to vacate the ends of the legs. Now turn the cradle over. Using the cradle hex head bolts and washers, attach the conga support brackets to the shelf portion of the collapsible cradle. The conga support brackets slide to fine-tune the height and angle of the congas. Tighten the hex bolts securely. Two or more collapsible cradles can be attached using the supplied connecting brackets. Attach one end of the bracket to any of the 6 holes adjacent to the conga stand support brackets and the other end to one of the 6 holes on the other collapsible cradle. The multiple connection allows players to set up their congas in the perfect position. This is the LP triple conga stand. First, take the stand base assembly and spread the legs apart until fully extended. Hand tighten the brace collar wing screw to lock the legs in place. Insert the stand top into the stand base assembly. Make sure that the top is positioned so that the conga will be in between the legs of the base. Line up the holes and insert the pin lock height screw and hand tighten. Then tighten the stand top tension screw. Remove the bracket bolt from your congas and replace with the mounting brackets that were provided. If you choose, we made it possible to raise any of the congas by an inch. Be sure that you make a note since it'll be upside down when you're attaching the brackets. Place one conga in the stand by guiding the mounting bracket into the slide mount on the stand. Make note for the bottom bracket placement. Remove the conga. Place the 3 interlocking conga support brackets on a flat surface. Take the 2 brackets and hook them together and the 3rd. Wrap the 3 interlock pieces around the base where the bottom of the conga was. Place the bolt through the holes with the washer in place and hand tighten the wing screw. Place the congas on the stand, guiding each mounting bracket into a slide mount. Then adjust the support bracket in or out as necessary so they are flush against the conga shell. This is the double conga stand configuration. Now let's add the 3rd conga drum. This is the LP Aspire double conga stand. First thing you want to do is take the separator bracket, place it on the top part of the stand. Be sure to tighten lightly to ensure that it doesn't fall off. Second, take the memory clamp and do the same as with the bracket. Now take the base and spread the legs apart and tighten the locking screw on the base. Slide the top part of the stand into the base and tighten the locking screw. Slide the memory clamp flush to the base and tighten. Drop the separator bracket to the base, but do not tighten. Remove the wing nuts and washers. Be sure not to lose them. Now take one of the congas and place it on the stand. Many players like the bigger drum on the right. Well, whatever works for you. Do the same with the other conga. Once the drums are on the stand, install the washers and wing screws and hand tighten. Now you want to slide the separator bracket up the stand and spread the conga shells away from each other. Tighten the locking screws. Now you're ready to play.
Hello, my name is Wilson Chembo Corniel. I would like to thank Martin Cohen and the people at Latin Percussion. This is really a basic showing video of how to use your drum and maintain your drum also. First of all, if you notice here, I have 3 congas, which are different sizes. The smaller drum here is called the quinto drum, which in diameter is 11 inches. This drum is used for rumba, guaguancó, quinteando, like they say, which is the lead drum in rumba, which has a voice. It's also the highest pitched drum. The standard drum is the conga here, which is 11 3/4 inch in diameter. And this is the most basic conga that everyone uses as if you're going to purchase one drum. This is the one you should use as a learning tool. It's in between the both sizes here. So this will be your basic middle drum. The bigger drum here is called a tumbadora. Tumbadora in general, it's a conga. It's a name for any general conga, but we use it here for the 12.5-inch larger drum, which get the lowest sound of the 3 drums. So you have the lowest one, conga, and the quinto. If you're buying one drum, the most practical size to get would be the 11 3/4-inch conga. This drum, it's in the middle of the tumbadora and the quinto, and is used in general. One of the most important things you have to know about maintaining the good quality and the sound of your drum would be tuning it. Now, you can either use the open end or the ratchet set. This one would come in on your package with the drum. So let's just go with this for now. You would have to use your key, and if you turn it to the right, that's bringing the pitch higher. Turning it back to your left side is lowering the drum. So what you would do is, a general rule that I would use, from the handle, you would start with the first lug on your right, and you would turn it to your right one time, go to the next one, and the next, and the next. So you're going to keep an even flow. You want to keep your rim even. You don't want to see it going to one side or lopsided. If you see that, you would have to adjust and tighten up or loosen up one side first of all before you want to tune up your drum. You want to make sure your head is even all around. And another way of finding out how even your drum is, if you feel the bottom tip of the hook. So what you're trying to do is adjust it so you can feel the same length in the bottom of all of them. That'll give you the general area where you're at. And then you start from the handle again and tune around. What I have here, if you can pick one of these up, it has the notes on the pipe itself. So when you have 2 drums, this here is G and C. This is most common because on the piano there's no sharps or flats, and these notes will cut through any type of arrangements, so it will just blend in naturally. It won't stick out like a sore thumb or anything like that. For instance, on the C, so you would try to tune it up till you get close to that note. Now, by hitting it, after you tune it, what you're doing is stretching the skin from the sides here because they seem to stick. And then what you're going to do is after your first number, or if you're playing with a group, it's going to go down about a half a step. So you might as well do it now, give it a couple of whacks in the middle, and you'll hear it go down a little. So and then you would adjust it again, just tune it, remember, one at a time. Get your pitch pipe. So therefore, you'll have this mostly in that range. A lot of people buy their new first drum and they don't like the way it sounds because it's not tuned, first of all. You have to tune the drum up in order for you to get a nice, crisp sound that'll cut. This here, the tumbadora, the same thing. You make sure your rim, you look at it eye level, you make sure it's not lopsided. Then you would start from the handle. You go to your first lug on your right side, give it a full turn, and then proceed till you get to a G note. It's a little sharp, so you would Whack it again. So when you hear both drums together, and you hear a chord like G and C, it's more harmonic and you can hear it and it sounds more pleasing to the ears and to yourself. Before you start playing, you want to be happy with the sound, the note that you're getting out. Now the quinto drum here would be tuned up higher. Since this is a quinto and we don't use it too much for a dance setting, but for rumba and stuff like that. And I usually use this a high E. Now, after you finish playing, you're going to put your drum away. If you want your heads to last, this is made out of rawhide, the skin here, it breathes. This breathes. You want this to last, you can't stretch this. So what you're going to do after you finish playing, you would detune it. By detune it, start the same way, your first lug to your right, and then turn left. That's slowing the drum. So I would go once on each, go twice around, whack it, and then that'll save your skin. You don't have to be stretching it. After a while, if you keep it tuned, and then tomorrow you're going to use the drum again, it's going to keep stretching and stretching and stretching. You're going to have to change your skin more often than others. This will preserve the skin, and it'll keep your note nice and clean. Basically, today what we're going to do is just work with these two here as a basic rhythm pattern holding for your time. So what we're going to do first is how to get a sound out of your drum. Okay, you have 4 basic sounds that you get out of a conga, which is your open tone, and I'm going to demonstrate here with one hand. Open tone, you would use from here on this side of your finger here, and let the skin vibrate as you strike it. Also try it your left hand. You must let the sound ring out. Don't leave your hand down. Let it bounce back using these 4 against the rim. Now, the next sound is just a little bit more difficult. You're going to have a lot of time practicing, which is the higher slap. Now, this slap can be produced by just a slight cup of the hand. If you can see this angle here, it's just a slight cup. What you're doing here is just hitting your fingertips. Your fingertips are just going towards the middle of the drum, which if you want to bring it in slightly as you strike it towards you, that's going to be your hardest one. So just take time out and practicing. Also your left hand. Now I'm going to combine the both hits together so you can see the difference in sound. Okay, you must make that specific, the interchange between the tone and the slap. You have to have that difference in the sound in order for you to go on to the next step as playing the tumbao, your masacote, which is called the basic pattern in playing. Another sound that we get out is the bass sound, which is your palm in the middle of the drum. This combined now with the other 3 hits. Now there's one more. The last one is called the muff.